Joe Mackenzie here to talk about watercolor, and today to be your personal financial advisor. Now, you don't want me in charge of any of your finances. Art supplies, they can be very, very expensive. Are they worth it? My argument is yes, they are, depending on what you buy. So my most expensive brush is a Kolinsky Red Sable Maestro Series round brush from Dick Blick is where I buy my brushes from. I used to buy them from Daniel Smith, but Daniel Smith went out of the brush business, and these are the actual brushes that Daniel Smith used to put its label on. So again, it's a Dick Blick, it's the Maestro Series. The brush that I like to, that I use the most is the number 10 round. And it costs, I think in the catalog it says $130, but you don't pay $130. You know, in Blick they always discount it a little bit, so it ends up being between $110 and $115, which is a lot of money for a brush. I get it. It can take your breath away. But let's break it down. All right, so I've used my brush now for 3 years. The cost per day for the first year of that brush was 40 cents a day. The second year it was 20 cents. And now I'm on the third year, and so 12 cents a day. 12 cents a day, that is pretty incredible. I mean, what else do you spend 12 cents a day on and get so much value from? It's hard to calculate. Now that's per day, but within a day, I might use that brush several times. So if you think about cost per use, in other words, every time I pick up that brush and use it, it's going to be well under 12 cents a day. And that is a real value. Now, what does that compare to in our lives? Well, it's very similar to shoes. You know, I was looking at Zappos and looking at some New Balance sneakers. I don't wear shoes like this. So looking at, regular shoes to wear around. And those shoes tend to be between $120 and $140. And it breaks down the same way. The first year wearing those shoes is going to be 40 cents a day. Second year, 20 cents a day. I'd be surprised if I get 3 years out of a pair of shoes, but I might, and that would be 12 cents a day. So that is an incredible value. And why is it important to have a really good brush? Well, because it will, I sort of made this square here. You know, it holds a lot of paint. You can manipulate paint really well. More important, you have control. That's the main thing, is that you will really have control over this brush. It will start to feel like an extension of your own arm, your own body. That's an incredible thing, and doesn't happen with every brush. The other thing that a good brush will do is it won't allow you to lick. You won't need to lick. Licking is when you keep doing this to the paper. And but a brush that's fully loaded that can hold a lot of paint allows you to put in a stroke, and the paint will bloom on the paper, which is ideal for watercolor. The other reason is, and the last reason, real important reason, is if you take a look at your brushes, if you have a brush and it's leaving hairs along the way of your painting, and then you have to go in and pick them off with the tweezers, oh boy, that's a buzzkill. So these kinds of brushes will hold their shape over time. You can load them with lots of paint so you're not licking the paper, and also they won't leave any brush hairs behind. So that's my advice for today. Remember to keep the whites of your paper white, your paints wet, mass for value, mix for color. And I will be doing a series about brushes and what I think are the absolute essentials, because I don't want to go brush crazy. You know, I still believe in value, and you don't need a lot of supplies, but I would argue that the supplies you need have to be really good quality ones. All right, see you next time. Bye-bye.